It's same kind of message, consistent, but really, accurate from my heart. You just, with everything going on in the world, you're just happy you get a game on the board. So we had great communication with Grambling the last couple of months just to make sure this game took place, and really appreciative of those guys. I like their team. In the first half, we were about as frustrated as we've been, only equaled by the Houston game first half. And so you got to give Grambling a lot of credit. It's not like we're out there not trying to play well, but I thought Grambling had a nice game plan. They forced us into some mistakes in the first half especially. So that's an experienced team. It's a well-coached team. We're going to pull for those guys the rest of the season, that they stay safe, travel safe, and have their fair fortune with the COVID and all. Recognize the crowd again, with the student section coming out on a Sunday. We're really appreciative. Be really clear here with what I say, because coaches 101, you're not supposed to say anything negative to your fan base, but hopefully I've earned the respect and trust of our fan base to be a truth teller. We're extremely appreciative of everybody's commitment and money spent and time spent to buy these tickets. But we got a little bit of a problem here where we have season ticket holders that have the tickets in their hands. They've bought them. Again, thank you. But if you can't come to the game, please take the time and effort to make sure your seats are filled. This is not a negative message. You guys show the whole clip. Now, don't clip it and make me look like somebody I'm not. I love our fan base. I appreciate our fan base. I've got my guns up. I'm giving this school and program everything I have, as well as everybody else in our program is completely bought in to Lubbock, Texas, Texas Tech basketball. We're doing this. We're so appreciative of our crowd. I hope that you feel that I've earned the right to tell you the truth. The season ticket holders that aren't using their seats, you're hurting us a little bit. Please come to the games. If you can't come to the games, call the office and give them back to me, and I'll make sure those seats are filled, because there's a lot of people out there that would love to be sitting in your seat. Thank you.
Let's go to Joe Yeager. Joe, you out there?
Yeah, Coach, could you talk a little bit about your zone offense and Jamarius's role in the zone offense?
Yeah, tonight we played against a lot of zone. We had some what we kind of call stale possessions. To execute against a zone, you have to have 5 people on the same page, and I thought we did that in the second half. We had some really, really efficient possessions against the zone in the second half, so that's a great place to kind of start our journey this year playing against zones. 3-point shot was good to us tonight. Right under 50%. I think that was zone offense execution. With JB, he's what I call a playmaker. He's a guy that can literally play 5 positions in a college game, and one day he'll be a pro playing at least 3 or 4 positions. He's a guy we rely on to do everything: dribble, pass, shoot, make decisions. So in his early journey here at Tech, he's trying to find that fine line, when to be aggressive as a scorer, when to be aggressive as a passer. I loved his floor game tonight. He gets to the double-figure scoring. He's got a great assist to turnover. So JB has a big role around here. There's no surprise or secret on that.
Go to Carlos.
Chris, early on, I know you talked about the zone. I guess, how do you kind of feel the guys adjusted a little bit down the stretch to where you got that 14-5 run, and Kyler was kind of the guy that calmed everyone down, got some shots, and was able to kind of help you all there?
Yeah, I thought they played well. I was really pleased with the adjustments we made, both in game, at halftime, on the bench. Again, give Grambling credit. A lot of our stale possessions, it wasn't necessarily our guys not executing or not trying to execute. Grambling made some plays, especially in that first half. But I thought we settled down. We've got a plan with zone offense. We always have. I have a lot of confidence in this year's team. We have playmakers. We have offensive rebounders. We have shooters. I predict we'll have a lot of success against zones this year.
I know you've talked about Kyler wanting to be one of the best juniors in the country, and obviously you've kind of expressed how you feel about him. But what does it say when he gets 11 rebounds and gets a double-double and just kind of upping his game in that sense?
He had a great floor game tonight. He has basically a 5-to-1 assist to turnover. I think one of those turnovers was one of his teammates should have caught it. He impacts the game on defense tonight, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and, of course, he has the special night with 11 rebounds. This is what the best players in the country have to do. This is what Kyler has to do to get into that category of best players in the country, and I'm right there with him. I want him to be in that category. I believe he can be. I believe he will be. I believe he has the work ethic and talent to do it. but the stat sheet has to show it on a consistent basis, and he's working really hard at it. You know, you look at that floor game, he's filling up the stat sheet, and he's doing it in an unselfish, team kind of way. Big time game by Kyler Edwards.
Last one from me. I know it happened later on in the game, but what did Mike Neal tell you about what happened with Terrence in that little tumble he took later on in that second half?
Yeah, I was told, Carlos, it was an ankle roll, and X-rays were good news. So we looked to just try to go down that ankle road with him, but the news that I got was I've only talked to Mike for 10 seconds. He said good news on the X-rays, ankle issue.
Let's go to Stephen with Associated Press.
That actually just answered my question. I was going to ask about Terrence. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Phil?
Coach, you've had success going to that full court press this year, especially in the last 3 games. How do you feel like your roster is suited to play that defense?
Perfectly. I think we recruit to that. We recruit to the length and athleticism and toughness and basketball IQ to be able to change up defenses. We recruit to have a depth on our team where we play maybe 1 or 2 more guys than most people do. We think depth's an asset, and we want to create offense from our defense. So Coach Adams is doing another great job this year with our defense, setting that up, along with Uric and Bob and our support staff, Sutton and Casey and those guys. GAs are doing really well so far. I like our staff and how we work together. Coach Adams is leading the charge, and we got some things, up our sleeve that we're going to try to pull out here in the next couple games and weeks. We feel like we have a defense that can have a lot of versatility and diversity this year.
All right, we'll finish it up with Ryan Mingle.
Coach, you mentioned the team's length. Tonight you had 15 offensive rebounds coming off a game where you were out-rebounded by Troy. How do you feel like your guys were able to win those battles down low?
Were we out-rebounded by Troy?
Just barely. I think it was like 4 rebounds.
Yeah. That's a good stat. I'll bring that up at dinner tonight. I think what was the question again?
How do you feel like your guys were able to win those battles down low and grab those rebounds?
Well, I think it starts with some individual performances, right? I mean, Marcus does his job tonight on the glass and gets 3 offensive rebounds in a Division I game in only 22 minutes. The players in the Big 12 that are averaging 3 offensive rebounds a game are top in that category, and it translates directly to NBA opportunity. It's an uncanny stat when you look at the Big 12 rebounding and where it translates to individual players and also team success. Brian Berg was always throwing around, hey, if we can finish in the top 3 in rebounding in the Big 12 as a team, it's a path to the Sweet 16. There's some really interesting analytics in that rebounding game. So Marcus plays well tonight. If he gets his normal minutes, he might be getting a 5 offensive rebound game, which is elite. We had just a lot of individual performances tonight. Mac McClung goes 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Namari plays a game where he goes 3 assists, no turnovers, and 6 steals. Probably should be talking about that, right? I don't know if that's a freshman Texas Tech record or a Texas Tech record in the last few years, but you don't get a lot of 6 steal games in 14 minutes of playing time. That's special. Namari's a talented guy. Kyler, 11 rebounds. How about TJ Shannon's floor game? 5 for 7 from the floor, gets to 12 points on 7 shots. How about the freshman coming in late, with Clarence as a sophomore, Avery, Vlad and Buzo. That group at the end did a great job. A no turnover finish to the game tonight. No turnovers, Buzo, Vlad, Avery, Clarence. Nice to see Clarence calm down out there and play as talented as he can play. So lots of individual performances tonight, and that's what translates to team success.
Joe, did you have one more, or is your hand still
Yes.
up? All right, one more. One more, and then we'll get it. Eric, we'll go to you too.
Yeah, Coach, could you talk about Vlad's presence on defense on the interior? It looked like just his height and it caused some issues in there.
Yeah, you guys are basketball guys, man. You're in this journey with us. You go to every game, watch every game. You know much more than the next guy, and you guys see how talented Vlad is. This is a 7-footer that moves around, shooting jump shots, making free throws. He's got a calmness to him and a demeanor. Absolutely, he's going to be a rim protector for us, shot blocker, deflections, talented young player. Trying to get him as many minutes as we can. A little bit of adversity, not being able to get him in those first 2 games because of his injury, so that's a little step back. But nice to see him get in these last 2 games and produce. He's working hard, guys. Weight room, practice, individual work. I mean, he's on a path to greatness, and I think there's a role for him on this year's team on game night too. But probably more important than even game night is what he's doing every day. This is a future pro if he runs his own race and keeps working. He's a talented guy. You know, this is not a project type big. I mean, this guy can play on any given night in practice. He's our best player in certain moments. So we're doing everything we can to develop him and at the same time see if there's a role where he can help us win some games this year.
Kyler, I guess from your perspective, what did you feel you did in that first half to kind of help the team kind of get back into that rhythm offensively?
I just played my game and tried to be aggressive because like we was starting off a little slow, and I just wanted to make plays for other guys.
Amari, just kind of based on what Kyler said right there, obviously the shots weren't falling, so I guess what were you all trying to do to kind of make sure that you were able to get to the basket and be a little bit more aggressive there?
Yeah, we wanted to focus on paint touches in the second half, sharing the ball, sharing the wealth, getting open shots so we can spread the lead a little bit.
Kyler, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, but I guess first double-double, when was the last time, or if you've ever gotten a double-double in high school, and what's it like to know that you were able to help your team in that way?
My last time having a double-double was probably my sophomore year of high school. My junior, senior year, I used to just leak out and just try to get easy buckets. But it just feels good because, you know, I've been working hard all summer, you know, trying to be the best junior guard in the country, and it's finally paying off, so.
I know obviously the double-double's big, but the 11 rebounds, what does that number mean to you?
I mean, I just been working hard on the glass tonight. I mean, they fall my way, and I just grabbed them.
Last one from me and Amari. I guess just for you, obviously, it seems like your confidence has gone up with your shot. I guess if you can just kind of explain what's been going on with your game and how you feel like you've progressed so far in these first couple games.
I feel like I progressed well. A lot of that is due to film, looking at what I could do better and just playing more comfortable out there, know how much work I put in, and just play confident.
He's been shooting with me.
Ryan Mangle.
Hey, Amari, tonight you had 0 turnovers. You had 5 in the last game. How do you feel like you were able to calm down and just kind of distribute the ball without getting loose with it?
Just being confident with it, being secure with it, making the right reads to simple plays, no home run plays, and like I said, just making the right reads.
And then, Kyler, you had those 11 points in the first half, and your team was kind of struggling to shoot shots. How do you feel like you were a veteran there and just kind of calmed your teammates down by knocking down shots?
I tried to give as much energy as I could, you know, whether that's rebounding or scoring or dishing off to my open teammates. I mean, I just tried to do anything to pump us up a little bit.
Let's go to Phil.
For either one of you guys, does the early start, being an afternoon game, you guys came out the gates a little cold. Does it make things a little hard, like to get into a rhythm shooting?
That's an excuse.
I believe that's an excuse. Like Coach said, we prepare for every game. We got to have the same approach to every game. So, you know, we just started off a little cold today. I don't think that's the reason why.
Let's go to Phil.
Oh, that was all I had.
That's all you had. Eric Kelly.
Connor, what adjustment were you guys able to make offensively to kind of deal with that zone defense that gave you guys some issues early?
The biggest thing first half, he wasn't getting to the paint. Like we just settled for jump shots, and you know, and they weren't falling as you can see. So the second half, our main emphasis was to get to the hole and get fouls and free throws and easy buckets.
And as a guy who's on last year's team and now this year's team, where have you guys, just as a team, even with some new guys coming in, progressed defensively? Because this seems to look a lot more like a Chris Beard defensive team that we saw 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, all the guys want to buy in, play defense. Everybody wants to play. I mean, so there's no guy that just doesn't want to play defense. So I mean, we're all together on that, and we know that to win championships and win big games, we got to play defense.